Hello, happy Wednesday. Hi, Kuro in the pre-stream chat. Thanks for joining in today. Glad to have you here. How's it going? We are continuing to work on the storage room. I feel like we've been working on the storage room for so long, but I'm happy with how it's coming along. I did get quite a bit of work done yesterday. Not necessarily visual stuff, but we did make a gold farm. So I have a lot of gold now. It's actually pretty nice. I go ahead and switch to the game part. Let's see. My audio for the game was really low, so I'm hoping that this is better. Like, I did a Windows G, and my audio for the game was probably like 5, and I don't know why it does that. Sometimes when I do Windows G, it just changes all of my audio settings on its own, and it'll like be updating as we go too. So this was set to 100%. I dropped it down to 30, and I still feel like it's really loud, but I'm also probably just used to it being really quiet. It's going well. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like the week's already going by so fast, but I feel like that's the case every week. I got a ton of gold. I'm really happy about that. I don't need it for any other reason other than this. But we also have like a little bit more than a whole stack of blocks too. But now everything in here is all good to go. We've got our auto crafters all set up. I've got everything pretty much like stocked in the back. Everything's been moved around. I think there are a couple that I'll probably have to keep an eye on later, but for the most part, everything's in there. And I can't imagine I'm ever going to need more than like 5 stacks of hoppers at a time, and that's kind of the case across the board with all of these things. So we've just got enough in here to like craft a little bit, and then I'll probably check it within a week or not a week or two, but like within a handful of crafting sessions. I'll probably check it and then realize I have plenty, or check if I need to add more supplies in. But yeah, everything is all stocked up. Glad with how this turned out. We did a little bit of decorating on the shelves. I just put mostly like mini blocks and some flower pots and stuff. But I do need to add some more here, which I feel like I'll just add as we have more supplies to store. I do have like extra sticks and redstone and bows and iron, but I don't really need too much more as of right now. But the room we're going to be working on is this one up here. So I want to treat this kind of like a bedroom. We'll probably have some armor storage as well, but I have a couple of ideas. I've been messing with the doors over here. We are much closer to the fall weather. I'm so excited. There are some good movies coming out too as well that I want to see. I know that like Weapons movie, I think it's like a psychological thriller, that's out right now and it looks good. But I think there's like another Conjuring movie coming out. I love watching horror movies in the fall. Anyways, so my first thought, bed on this side. I may do like a fireplace in here. I want it to feel pretty cozy, but I'm thinking we could extend this way for like a closet area. As in like armor storage, because I feel like I always like to incorporate armor storage somewhere, like a place to keep tools and weapons and armor. And then as for this door, I feel like we'll probably wall this off. Maybe this will become a window. Because my thought is kind of like, this is more so access to this balcony. And I have right now it labeled as a cat balcony. So like an area for all my cats. I don't know if that's gonna stay, but I do think it'd be kind of cool to have just like a ton of cats everywhere and have them like perched up on little platforms, because I need something to make this feel like outdoorsy. And then have like a door between the bedroom to the outdoor. But I don't necessarily think there needs to be a door right here. I feel like maybe this will just be window. We'll see. Let's grab, what was I gonna grab? Oh, I need a ton of lecterns for like handrails. So what do we have? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I want to go ahead and grab these because I keep forgetting about them. And then I want those on this side too. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, 29. 29 lecterns. We will not be bringing villagers in here, or else they're just going to automatically go up to my balconies, and I don't want that. There's kind of like a weird situation where it's like an indoor-outdoor space. Like, I don't want to put windows and everything on there, but we're also in a covered area, so it's just kind of different in that situation. Let's go buy some lecterns. I also think I need to grab some banners, because I want to do like a big canopy bed. I've never done a canopy bed in Minecraft. I almost said Walmart. Don't know where that was coming from. Never done a big canopy bed in Minecraft, and I feel like it would be a good place to put it. So I feel like banners would look nice for like little curtains hanging down. Let's see. I don't have any lecterns, but I do have some bookshelves. I feel like I need to leave one. Actually, I feel like I should just have a ton of bookshelves. It wouldn't hurt to have. Let's see. Do I have any emeralds here? I don't. We're gonna have to go to the other trading area and grab all the emeralds. Probably steal them. I feel like I always have an excessive amount of emeralds down here anyways. Let's see. So I got these. Let's do some trading first. Oh, I got a ton of rotten flesh from the gold farm. I don't really know what to do about it. I've been just trying to get rid of it as best as I can, because there's way too much. It was backing up the entire storage system. Okay, that got rid of a decent amount. I can work with that. Then trade our iron. It is always so nice to have all these villagers just on hand. I was thinking recently I may need to add a ton more clerics just to get rid of all of the rotten flesh, but also I could use them to trade for more redstone and glowstone. I've never really needed more than 2, but it seems like it may be time to up the quantities of the clerics. I just don't know where I'll put them. That's the one problem. Okay, and then we got a ton of string here. Putting the spider farm to use. Oh, I'm not even finishing. Let's do this. I get so used to iron where you can just do like 1 round because it's so cheap that I forget to space click through it. And I still can sell more. I think they all just reset their trades. Okay, no, they didn't. Okay. Let's just drop this off. I think we're okay. Set up a clearing trading hall at the gold farm. That's a good idea. I didn't think about putting it in the actual nether, but I do need to get like a decent amount of... I want to build around it, and it floats so high above the ground that it would be nice to have some other substance to the space so that I can actually connect it to the ground. So I don't really want all my like farms in the nether to just be floating. But so far that's how they are. With the exception of the froglight farm. Okay, let's buy a ton of bookshelves. But no, that is a good idea. These don't... Okay, I should use my signs, actually. Which ones are bookshelves? Bookshelves. There you go. I actually feel like I'll probably put a lot of bookshelves in this bedroom as well. So, I might as well grab a handful of them over here. Just deplete all of my emeralds. I say that, but I have a lot in my... Ender chest, too. I got you. I am kind of excited to do more armor stand decoration because I hadn't done that in a long time. I really hadn't touched armor stand since the farmer's market, just because I tried to not do it too much, but I feel like I just want to go all out on this one. At one point I looked into just getting a mod for furniture in the game for a specific area. I wouldn't like use it everywhere, but just like a portion of the world. But those mods take forever to update. I feel like it's not really worth it. But armor stand mod, they keep that up to date pretty regularly, which is nice. Okay, I feel like that's enough. Over 2.5 stacks of bookshelves. I think we'll be okay with that. I think we need slabs to make the lecterns. I always forget. I think it's just full-on slabs. I get confused between like barrels and lecterns. Okay, we'll put these here. You want to buy more rotten flesh? No, you don't. Okay. Was worth asking. Actually, while you're here, I need to buy more glowstone. I think I'll be okay on redstone, though. And back up. What else did I say we're gonna get? I said banners. Maybe some dye. I feel like I'll want to do white and gray banners. So light gray dye, which we have plenty of. Oh wait, let me make my lecterns while I'm here. Actually, let's go craft these at the actual base because we have way too much wood over there. I got a ton more of the what's it called? We got a lot more spruce. Okay, I do have a lot of light gray dye, so we're just gonna hold on to that. Hopefully I don't want any of the other dyes. But I feel like I'm just gonna do stripes. I like the gray and white stripes. Lecterns we're gonna craft there. We've got the light gray dye. I have this for whatever reason. Oh, I'm gonna go grab a stack of wool just in case. Let's grab another stack of leather too, because I feel like I'm running low on item frames. The wool farm is definitely overflowing, and I'm just kind of letting it overflow. I'll let it run until the shears give out, and then I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. But there's literally always wool in here. What are we at? Oh wait, we're not completely overflowing. I know there are some colors that are though. Like here's the white. Yeah, that one's basically backed up. Let's grab this. How are these doing? Yeah, these are overflowing. That one is at least. How are we doing on shears? Yeah, they're basically dead. They won't be there much longer. I always wanted to come back and like do something in here with this open space with overflow storage. Honestly, I don't feel like I need it. Let's go. We'll grab rockets at the other base. Eventually I'm going to set this up and connect it to the nether, but I honestly couldn't tell if I'm going to be using the nether to get between the two bases because it's so close. It's not really necessary. Oh, and peep, I've got 173 levels. I can't remember where I was at last game, like last stream, but the gold farm, I've just been raking in the levels to get all the gold that I need. Okay. We've got all of this. This is all spruce, which is good because I think we'll use a lot of spruce today. But I need this mostly. So I need 30. I think I said 29 exactly. Let's do this and see where that gets us. I feel like this feels very royal to use a lectern handrail, if you know what I mean. I'll probably put something on this side so you don't see like all the color, but maybe it'll blend in once we get some more decoration going. I'm debating if I like leave my ghast in here too, if I just like give him a space. I feel like I will very rarely use him, but he's just so cute. There we go. See, I think that looks a lot better. And it looks better than just like a trapdoor handrail, which is my typical go-to. Here we go. Hey, that was actually a really cute noise you just made. Okay, let's grab... I feel like I never actually hear the noises they make because my game audio has been so quiet for so long. Okay, there's all our our bookshelves. I'm actually gonna grab... Let's just grab a whole stack. Okay, we got that. What else in here will I need? I may use beehives. I feel like I tend to use those. Let's grab a stack of sticks. Let's grab our armor stands. We definitely will have to make more armor stands, I assume. Let's grab anything spruce. I feel like we'll use that, minus the logs. I'm just gonna drop anything in here that I can. And let's go from there. Ooh, definitely lanterns. We already have our glowstone on us. That's good. Don't need skulk. I don't think I need any of this right now. Okay, let's grab this. I don't need to be holding onto this much wool. Let's leave that there. Ooh, wait, loom. I feel like I have a loom from when I did the front of the... Where are you? There it is. Front of the andesite storage. I'll probably do these exact same banners because I like them. The gray and white stripes. Okay. I feel like I need to start taking out the torches as I see them so I can actually determine if we have enough lighting in here. So, I'm going to use this as like my workspace, I think, because we do need to do the floor. That's the wrong shulker, my bad. My bean made 21 socks. I've been using the bean focus friend thing, letting him knit. And this is the perfect time to do it. Okay. So, I need to do the floor, but whatever we do to the floor is going to impact the ceiling down here, because it is exactly one block. And I'm thinking I want to start out and do like stripes of spruce logs, and we'll strip them. I don't know if this will stay, but I feel like it's a good start, because I think it'll look nice on the opposite side too. The only thing is that I wanted to use like spruce furniture, so it may not work that way. We may have to do different color for the furniture. I maybe could incorporate some colored walls. I don't know. I feel like everything has just got to stick to the, whatever this is called though. The stone. It just kind of works. Get me out. Why am I doing this down here? I feel like this would be easier above. I think this should space out just right. Okay, we gotta do these two. And then we can do this one. And I'm already running low. Okay. And then I think in between we'll do slabs. So that'll give it that depth below. I do need to figure out what to do here. This probably needs to just be another log in the opposite direction. Cap it off a little bit. That makes the most sense to me, at least. Okay. Maybe we get some dark oak for the bed. Or we could use pale oak too. This may be a problem. That one can have a double slab. And this one too. We may have to do that on all the edges. Let me go see what that looks like below. See if that works. Or, I mean, we could just... How's that look? I don't mind that, actually. This side, it might bother me. That's not bad. You can hardly tell. I do need to get rid of this, though. Please tell me... Okay, I don't have any stone bricks on me. I actually kind of like how this is working, though. It's centering pretty well with, like, the, lamp and everything and, like, all the furniture, so I think it'll work just fine. And we'll go get some stone bricks in a second. Okay. And then for this, we'll just do more of this. I think that works. See, I like how it like centers on this pretty well. Centers on the lamp pretty well. I think it is going to be what we go with. Let's grab these. So we got a couple of these poking out. This is one of those times when it would be nice if they had that crab claw function that they talked about for one of the mob votes, where I could extend my reach. I voted for the crab in that mob vote. I like the armadillo, but I don't use wolf armor enough to where I felt like it was useful. Okay. Ceiling below. And then floor above. It is nice when things work out like that. I love that. That's definitely the benefit of trying to always build in odds. Definitely, I tend to prioritize odds. I got this new creamer for my coffee and it literally tastes like a melted frappuccino or like a melted frozen coffee. Those ones that just basically taste like milkshakes. It's really good. If I remove this block, is this gonna show on the bottom? So it would show there. Is that a problem? I'm gonna try it. I thought at first I would leave it as a stone brick, but I want to at least see if it looks okay. Alright, you can't even tell. It looks fine. Okay, we'll leave it like that. Okay, so canopy bed. I feel like it's gonna be like 5 blocks wide, and the center of this room is here. So let's go one like this, up here. This may be a massive bed. I've been looking at like Pinterest pictures of other canopy beds just to see their like sizing and everything. And it looks like it's about a 5 by 5, which this is a long room. So we at least have that going for us. Let's see. If we did a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think okay, good. I was like, I don't like this sitting right here. I definitely made it a little too large. So it should be 1, 2, 3 on the inside, and then that. Okay. I like that better. That doesn't feel as ginormous. So that would be center. We've got this space. And then let's grab a crafting table, unless I have one here. I don't. Let's just go ahead and grab one. I feel like I can, I'll need that enough. Might as well just make another. And I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this all into slabs. So we could do like stairs around like this. We may swap in some trapdoors though. And then for this section, I could just do a solid block. I think we'll play with the colors as we go. But this is how we're gonna start it. I don't have any beds. I need to go get beds. I have the wool though. I could just make them white. I'm gonna have to figure out how to space all this. Let's see. I feel like a white bed is what I would end up going with. Especially if we're doing white and gray banners. Oh wait, no, I do have the wool up here. Okay. Let's turn this into this. I feel like I always tend to go for like a 3-wide bed. So I think we'll do that. I've got to figure out how we're going to fill in this space though. Let's just get that out of the way. And also we're gonna have some form of canopy part happening. I feel like it should probably be 6 blocks tall. That sounds right. Let's grab a couple more of these. So that's 1, 2, 3. Come on, 4. Okay. Nope. 5. Does it touch the ceiling? I feel like it shouldn't touch the ceiling. Let me grab a little bit more of this. Do canopy beds touch the ceiling? I feel like they always have at least a gap, so probably not. I don't want to make it square, but it also kind of is. I think it's going to end up being that way anyways. California King, we have a Minecraft King. Exactly. Isn't a California King like actually somewhat smaller than a king? It's just like, I want to say it's like shorter but wider. Like it's not for tall people. I may be wrong. I remember looking it up at one point. But I feel like I looked that up so long ago. I don't completely trust my judgment. Yeah, so it definitely needs a gap between the ceiling and the bed. Or the frame. So something like that. Get rid of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Give me more. Up, up. 4. 2, 3, 4. So I think proportionally that works. We could use the back side. We could kind of fill in that space with bookshelves. Is that weird? Yeah, that's kind of weird. We'll mess around with this. Because I also feel like this should be a little thicker. What is... I could do like a wall. I think we're gonna start with like very basic colors for now, and then we'll start to add more color as we go. Where's my stone cutter? There we go. So it's gonna be easiest if I just do a wall out of stone. Less wide but longer. Okay, so I had it reversed. In my mind, I thought it was wider and shorter. I don't know if I have ever witnessed a California King in person. I just know there's a Rihanna song about it. Okay, I don't like this stone. Something about the wall feels off at the back. Or, I mean, the fence. It may just be because it's connecting to the wall and it's bothering me. But, let's see. I've got a couple different inspo pictures. I'm trying to see how they're forming it. So yeah, there are some where they kind of like build in bookshelves to the back of the bed. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that you can use, you can like make a full-on table at the back. We may do that. That's what I tend to do with, my other ones. So I'll give them like a stair for a headboard. Ooh, okay. I'm getting ideas. I didn't even think about the fact that you can use fences. Like the good fences, not that fence. This kind of fence. This one, if I can make it. Oh wait, I need a chain for this. Let's see if I've got chains down here. There's Wyoming, Texas, and Alaskan Kings. I've never even heard of that. Probably because they don't have a Rihanna song. I've never heard of that. That's cool though. Glad they at least differentiate, because I would be so annoyed if I accidentally bought for something and they thought you meant Texas and it was actually in Wyoming or something. I don't even know. Okay, and I'm writing on things. Okay, so I didn't even think that we can use signs. It kind of blends in a little bit too much. Well, if I strip these, it's making me think that we may need to swap wood types, which is fine. But I just need to decide when I'm going to do that. I like the idea of having this all be like shelf and a little area where you can like, I don't know, you know how like behind a couch they have a couch table? Kind of giving that vibe. It's a bed table though. Built-in nightstand. I like that. I want to probably use the chiseled bookshelf though because I like the colors of the chiseled bookshelf better. Do I have any more slabs? I don't on me. There we go. Maybe we do this with trapdoors. They aren't very common. That makes sense. I'd never heard about that. So this is news to me that they even exist in the first place. We can do something like that for now. I'm gonna mess with it. I don't think that's like the final form. But as far as like proportions, I think that works. We can use this to get the connection without it actually connecting to the wall. I want to probably put some type of feature in the wall back there. I also don't know if I like this right here. There's that. Do we do that or do we do fences? I feel like we probably use the fence gates. No, I actually kind of like that. Let's do this. I think I like the fences on the side and then the gate at the back so it doesn't connect to the wall. And then we need to figure out where we're going to add the banners. Let's grab this and this. There's so much wood in here. Start clearing things out. Loom, where are you? There you are. Let's go with 4 for now. Do I need more than that? Size chart to Discord. Let me look. I want to see. Interesting. So I wonder if California King is just that they needed they had smaller rooms, but they had a little more depth for them, or maybe it's just for taller people. Alaskan King is crazy. I feel like I've seen people on like YouTube videos who live in mansions have a bed that's like an Alaskan King, or it's even bigger version of it, and every time I see it I'm like, why do you need that much bed? That's crazy. How about that? Layout wise. That may be too many stripes and it may not be the right color, but I think I can mess with it. We can get it to actually look nice. There's one where they use hoppers on the corner, and I like that. But they also have a much bulkier top half of the bed. I'm debating. Oh, my bean made 22 socks. He's so quick. Debating if we do dark oak or if we do like a pale oak. So I could see it going both ways, and it may be fun to do pale oak. I kind of want to try it. I also need like a quartz stair. Do I have any quartz? I feel like I should have some over here. There we go. We have 2 smooth quartz. I feel like I'll just use regular. Okay, I do actually like the banners because you can see it from a distance, like that there's actually some furniture there. I think like that. I kind of want to add some color into it, but I don't exactly know how I want to do that. Can you come down? Okay, what if I do something? So I saw on one picture that they put like a band of color at the top. I could do something like that. I do kind of like that. And I kind of want to bring in some like pink. But would that be too much? Let me see what colors I have down here. I probably have, I think I have some flower petals, pink petals. I think those are light pink. Let me try this. So what about, I don't know if I like that color. I'm gonna try it, but I don't know if I like it. I don't like it. Can I do that again, different color? What if I do... I just keep changing it? I can. I like that. Now I can just do this all the way across. I think we can add some color in like the back wall back here. We can also just start like popping in some paintings, but I do think that we could probably put some light blocks in the wall. Yeah, I like the way the banners read from down here, because that's like really all you can see. Okay, I feel like I need to get like the walls decorated, like color-wise. I feel like it'd be okay for this room to have colored walls. Just this room. And it is nice we have a double wide wall here, so I don't have to put the color on both sides. Which that wasn't intentional, but I'm not complaining. At some point this is going to show through the bottom. I think I can just work with it though. I think it'll be okay. Okay, so let me drop this off. And I think we want to go get some terracotta. And I want just chiseled bookshelves instead of those bookshelves. I could use a barrel too. And maybe I'll grab some pale oak while we're out there. And dark oak. I feel like dark oak is needed. Let me think. Let me think. What color do we want the walls? I kind of want to pull a color from the chiseled bookshelf, because they have more of like the fun colors. And that's, part of me wants to do pink, but I feel like anytime I put pink in something, depending on the build, I kind of like back out on it. Sometimes it can be a little much. But like right here, especially seeing this below, we could do like the white terracotta, because that's got like a tiny little bit of pink. Part of me almost wants to do like a pink and white vertical stripe, but the floor is already striped. And to me, like a pink, or not pink and white, but like a dark pink, light pink. To me, that looks like a Victoria's Secret bag. Or like a Victoria's Secret changing room. Sometimes that's not the vibe. I do tend to use a lot, at least in previous worlds, I'll use a lot of green terracotta. I do love green terracotta. See, if I do like this, it's giving Victoria's Secret. So I don't know if that's the vibe. Let me grab my chiseled. Ooh, you built a canopy bed in your world? Ooh, I like that. You got the pale oak going. Yeah, we might have to do some pale oak. Oh, you use like the glass for the curtain type things. I didn't even think about that. I like that. Where's my chisel? Well, let me look up here. So I should have at least like most of them covered. So if we use chiseled bookshelves, we do have like the peach and the pink, and then we have the green and the blue. Maybe blue? I have this blue and this blue. And then I have at least one green that I can work with. I feel like we kind of mess around with these colors and go from there. I don't know if I necessarily want to do stripes, just because the floor is already striped, but I do want some kind of pattern, and I can't like default to stairs like I like doing. Let's grab some pale oak. I do like to use stairs to make textures in the wall. I could use a little bit of like cherry planks maybe, depending on the color. I'm gonna grab some dark oak while we're here too. And cherry. Let's go grab these, take them back. See what we can do with this. It's cool you had a canopy bed though, because I've never built one before. Honestly, never really even thought about it. But this just seemed like a good place for it, because it's got a lot of verticality. And a lot of open space, and I'm trying to make it feel a little more less modern, and I tend to do like a more modern type of bed, I say. Arguably, I guess. Black bed frame. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day when they finally add Blackwood to the world, the game. I don't know why we don't have it yet. Oh, I want my chiseled bookshelves. Please tell me I have some. I do. Amazing. Okay. So we got that, and we got some books to put in. But I've said before, that I want them to add, like, I wish the white wood, the pale oak, I wish that that was like a nether wood so that it could be fireproof. But then also, if they added a black wood, I feel like they should make it fireproof too, so you can like build in the nether with it. But the IRL, there's a wood type called, I'll probably butcher the name, but it's called, I always pronounce it as Shusugiban. And it's basically a wood type that they burn the wood so that it's waterproof. And I feel like they could do something like that. They could find a way to like incorporate it into like, I mean, and waterproof is different from fireproof, but I feel like they could find a way to have like a burned version of wood that's black, and you start to use that. I think that'd be cool. That one's gonna be a full bookshelf. Let's do this like that, and I feel like take out a purple and take out a peach. I think that works. Hi Brittany, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, glad to have you here. Yeah, I finally got white wood, and yeah, I feel like it was long overdue to have a white wood. This feels like it needs item frames at the base. Or not item frames, signs. I think one more. Or maybe, wait, maybe this is where the pale oak comes in. I thought that the shelves were in the 1.21.8 update, and I was very disappointed to find out that is not the case. Because I really wanted to use that for decorating, and I feel like I would design this a little differently if I did have shelves right now, because I think they look very classy. Be a good place for it. What about this? Sometimes the signs look a little pink. This doesn't look right with that, so maybe this needs to become pale oak. Which honestly, I'm fine with that. Our inventory is already going to be a problem, I can tell. Okay, that's at least consistent. What if I put it on the sides too? That seems like a little too much though. Maybe once I get lighting in here, it won't look so funky. But right now, the lighting looks a little off. More blue and purple blocks. Yeah, somebody mentioned it once, and I never thought about it until they said it may have been debug. I want to say Debug said that we need more blue blocks that aren't cyan. So many of like the blue blocks we have, with the exception of like lapis, are a variation of cyan. And I do think about that a lot. Somebody really likes that blue-green color in Mojang. Let's just drop all this off. I'm gonna hold on to that. I want to see what the light blue walls look like. Yeah, and purple. Purple stairs. Because I like amethyst, but I can't use a lot of it just because there's no stairs and slabs. Also, why don't we have stairs and slabs with the terracotta? It's always a struggle. Okay, let's try this. This is almost more purple than it is blue, but I want to see what it looks like. So I do love pink, but sometimes pink is just a little too much for a space. It just depends. And I can understand that. That's a little too purple. And I feel like the blue is going to be too purple as well. I don't think I have any more of that actually. See, even that's pretty purple. And I don't know if that's a bad thing. I just really wanted like a light sky blue. Let's try the green. I do love a good green terracotta wall. I feel like that's just a frequent thing that I use in Worlds. It just looks nice. I feel like especially like with the style I'm going for, it's a lot of like earth tones and the grays and the browns and everything. That's why I'm like hesitant to use like an actual color that isn't directly correlated to like nature, like purple or pink. So maybe green's where it's at. See, I just love a green terracotta wall. I feel like I gotta do it. I need to go get more green terracotta though. I do love green. And I feel like I can pull in the other colors in like decoration. But green at least feels like it's a part of nature. We've been using a lot of more naturey blocks. Even like down here we're using like bricks and stuff. We've been using, I do like the green with the brown too. Even I was like hesitant to keep this spruce, but I think that the spruce kind of works with the green. So I think we'll stick with that. And we're gonna find other ways to like incorporate more color. So I think we could argue that like this is a old space that we converted into a room, and maybe more of our color comes out in the decorations than it does in like the actual built features. I don't know how I'm gonna add lighting. See, I usually like to center it on the entire room, but I think we're gonna have to bump it in front of the bed, which that's fine. I wanted to do a fireplace, and I thought like centered on the wall here, but I'm kind of thinking like over here. Do like a something like this. I don't want it to impede traffic too much though. We'll see. I need to mess around with that. Let's go get more green terracotta. We'll incorporate the other colors elsewhere. Have mods been updated for Happy Gas? I have all my mods updated right now with the exception of like a couple of really basic ones that I barely use. So everything should be good to go, assuming you use like the more baseline mods. But yeah, you should be good. Everyone on YT. There are a couple people on YT right now. I got both going today. Vanilla Tweaks, yeah, you should be good. I think the only one they didn't have was like ortho camera, which I barely used that. I think I used it a couple of times and I just update it whenever it comes out, just so I don't forget about it. And then there may have been one other random one, like anvil, never too expensive. I literally just used for one thing, so that's, I think everything else is pretty much good to go though. Yeah, Freecam is updated. That was the last one. For some reason, they've been taking a while to update it, even though there's like no change that's actually happening. It's usually the last one they have that I need to update. But I'm pretty sure they literally just changed the name of the mod itself, or the version, but it didn't get updated the last 2 months. So I don't have the tree mod. Is that one where it's like you just break the base and the entire tree falls over? I'm not familiar with the tree mod. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab all these. Which one of you sells green? Please tell me. Actually, I don't think any of you sell green. I forget. Oh, we may have to go get some terracotta. I remember trying to get a villager that had terracotta and none of them did. Dang it. And I don't think I have a lot of like plain colored terracotta. I did at one point, but I don't think so. That would have been nice to have that tree mod a couple days ago, because I got like an entire shulker box and then my full inventory of spruce wood. Let's see. See, I don't have even a lot of basic terracotta. I wish I could dye the white terracotta. Do I have any more armor stands? I think I used them all. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I think we're gonna have to grab a little bit of terracotta, at least enough to get a couple stacks. And then we're gonna go decorate some more. Alright. Yeah, let's do a quick trip. I'm trying to think my closest portal is to get terracotta. I think I do have one on the roof that I can use. I definitely have not connected one with a tunnel yet. Actually, before I do that, let's get some green dye smelting if I don't have any. I'm pretty sure the way I have an ender pearl set up, it should be able to run while I'm here. Where are you? Cacti. I don't have a lot actually. Let's say we need 2 stacks of terracotta. It'll be loaded. Okay, good. We should be good then. Because I have one right here. So it's like right below. I forgot I have that running. Oops. There's actually a ton of stuff in here. Okay, well, we're gonna do this, and then we'll do that. Just go ahead and get all these going, why not? We'll have to grab some other cacti while we're out there, too. Oh, we got our gold on. I always get so scared every time I go through that portal, because there have been a couple times where I've been drinking something as I walk through it, and I get attacked by magma on the other side. Okay, let's see. There's our gold farm. It lives up there. I think this is the way. Moss farm turned out pretty well. I was running it the other day. It's just sitting there. I think at some point I'm gonna take it down, and like move it somewhere else, but I got plenty of moss for what I needed. I've been in a farm building mood lately. I love just watching a tutorial, following along. Don't have to think too much about it. I think this is where we want to go. I don't know. This is definitely not it. Where'd that carpet go? There it is. Basic redstone made a smaller one. That's good to know, because I do think once we get rid of it and decide to rebuild one, it might be nice to have it more compact. Because I do want to incorporate some of the farms into the actual storage room. Do I not have slabs on this? Oh, I have carpet on it. Okay, that is a trial chamber. Never mind. I think I went the wrong way. I think I need to go towards the wither skeleton farm. But yeah, like the resin farm that we built, I think I want to incorporate that into the resin storage room. Because it's so small. I want to make it a little bit bigger, but for the most part, it is pretty compact. And maybe we'll try to incorporate like the moss farm into a moss storage room, or like the nature storage room. Unless I decide to make like a full-on big farm for a build around it and everything. Okay, so I think we need to go this way. But yeah, we got the gold farm, we've got the hoglin farm now, and then back here we've got the wither skeleton farm. I need to build a lot of exteriors to these. That's the wither skeleton farm. This should be it. Endstone slabs? Oh no, sandstone slabs. Yeah, that's right. I don't think there is a mesa right outside, but I think there's at least one nearby. And it's a little dark. It's already nighttime. Okay, everybody leave me alone. Haven't been in the nether roof yet. I think Kuro was mentioning they're talking about like a patch where you wouldn't be able to get on it, so I'd pop up there as soon as possible if that's the case. It's like all the nether roof farms are so quick and efficient. They're so nice. Like the gold farm I made probably took max an hour. It's the ENX04 one. Looks like I've been here before. This is a little too flat for it not... Yep, I've definitely been here before. This is my go-to. Okay. Well, this is just regular terracotta, right? Yeah. This is what we need. Let's go for like a couple of stacks, and then I do need to grab some cactus while we're here, and we can go. Need the frog lights. Honestly, I I like the nether roof farm for the frog lights, but I feel like the one that you use the spawner for is a lot faster. Because I'll just have like magma cubes sitting there bouncing around that haven't even made it to the golems yet. And if you do the one around the spawner with like snow, they don't really have the opportunity to just like sit there. I like having it on the farm. I like that I didn't have to like go to an entire bastion to make it. But in the past, I always did the spawner farm, and I definitely noticed it's a lot slower. But if you just need a couple of frog lights, then I think the one on the roof is plenty. I want to say I used a Pixel Rifts tutorial for the spawner one. And you can like use dirt to block off the spawner, which is really nice. But you have to have a lot of gravel to fill in the lava. Froglight farms are one of my favorite, like, early game, I wouldn't say early game, but one of my favorite weird farms to do in the nether, just because it's nice to have an abundance of light blocks, because I feel like a lot of them are kind of hard to have high quantities of. Even like glowstone, I feel like I'm always running out of glowstone, and I definitely don't have a lot of like sea lanterns. I don't have a guardian farm yet, so the Froglight farm is one of those that early on is nice to have, because you can just farm a ton of solid light blocks and hide them under like carpet and behind walls and trapdoors. And you get 3 color options too, which is nice. Done one on Bedrock, not on Java. I think I did one on... I did a spawner one on Bedrock, and I did a spawner one on Java. I think I've done both. I think they're pretty much the same. I don't remember any big differences. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more. I feel like I don't need much. I already have 3 stacks, so. I feel like let's fill up this last stack. And then we go grab some cactus. Come here. I've been trying to grab a lot of the dead bushes lately, because I've been pretty low on those. But I recently grabbed like 3 full stacks. I'm gonna leave these so I can come back and get them later, but I don't feel like pulling out the shears just yet. Okay, and we grab some cacti. I'm still not used to the new sound effects in the desert. They really throw me off. Surprised I don't have a cactus farm yet. I feel like I haven't needed one. They're so easy though. I should probably do that. Add that to the list. My last cactus farm I made was literally one that it just like sat in the open space, and I would just walk by and pick up the cactus every time I saw it. I never actually had a proper collection system. I feel like I could at the least do that. Just have them growing. I agree. Minecraft is a good game. Like, I know some people find it hard to like play on the game for long periods of times, and I understand that, but if you really are just looking for like a creative outlet, I feel like it's such a good game for that. Also, even just like in like, I definitely prefer survival, but if you want a creative outlet that also has some like challenge, then survival is good for that. But then if you also just want to create random buildings in creative and not have to get the materials, it is plenty to keep you entertained, I feel like. I can play for such a long time. I mean, let's look at my time in game. Where is it? Where is it? Time played. 25.37 days. 600 hours? 609 hours? And I still have plenty I want to do. I definitely take it slow though, and I think that's the key in some situations. Still zero deaths. Yeah, I really was convinced I was gonna die last Friday. I was just gonna have to accept it. And it's kind of bad that I care so much about not dying. Like, I really don't want to. And I have plenty of stuff where if I did die, it's really not that big of a problem. I have backup armor. I don't have backup netherite, but I have backup, like, fully enchanted armor. I can get all the levels I need of XP in, like, 2 seconds. I just don't want to die. And I feel like for some people, that can kind of ruin the fun when you, like, take dying so seriously. But I don't like dying. It stresses me out. And my heart beats really fast. And it's not for me. I've tried so hard for so long to not die in the game. This is the longest I've gone without it. Only died once while AFKing. I honestly, that could have happened to me the other day. When I made my witch farm, because I was going and AFKing for like an hour to get redstone. And I, like, made myself a roof. But at first I didn't make myself like an actual barrier. And then I came back and I had probably like 20 phantoms above me. And I'm very glad I ended up putting in like all the walls and stuff. Because I definitely could have. They could have knocked me off that thing. Yeah, the only thing is my netherite. I think I have enough. I think I have like 4 netherite ingots worth of scraps. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure that I used 15 netherite ingots to get all my current armor upgraded. I don't know. I just don't like dying. It freaks me out. And it makes me feel bad. So I just avoid it at all costs. But I definitely feel like my gameplay changed whenever I started to play in a way where it would be less of a burden to die. Because I know some people will like up and just like give up if they die. So whenever I was first starting to play and I did die all the time, I just started to like prep things. So that's when I started getting into farming and getting into like enchanting. And because like if I really needed diamond armor, I could just go buy it from a villager. Like I always have emeralds sitting around, and they could give me like a full diamond set. It wouldn't have the enchants I want, but it would be there. And I think that's when I started to like really get into playing the game for longer periods of time, because I was kind of like, I had more things that I needed to build. It wasn't just like, oh, build a house, build a mine shaft, build a farm. Okay, now what? It was like, okay, well, let's make an entire librarian trading hall. Let's make an entire farm dedicated to carrots. And let's incorporate some farmer traders as well. And having stuff like that where I had like this full-on infrastructure of builds just in case something happened and I lost everything. I'd be fine. Def play safe? Yeah. I like to play safe. I am still avoiding going back to the end because if you... I don't know if you popped in on Friday, but I have a wither in the end again. I have I had one. I tried to suffocate under the end portal. It got loose. So there was a wither. I spent like an hour on stream on Friday killing it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try again, but this time I'm not going to hit it with my bow. I didn't hit it with my bow and it still got loose. So I don't think we're going to be using that method anymore. But I've just been avoiding going back to the end because I'm fine without it. The only thing is I almost went there the other day to get obsidian, like mine the obsidian pillars. And I was just like, you know what? It's not worth it. We'll deal with that later. I don't want to spend another hour killing the wither right now. But I went through probably like 10 notch apples that day. And I probably would have died if it wasn't for the notch apples. But I also was like bringing a ton of potions. I had a ton of iron golems there just in case. And what I really ended up having to do is just like create a tunnel. Because that's how I always fight the withers. I just tunnel underground and keep it where it can't fly away. But letting it have unlimited space to fly away in the end was dangerous. I kind of want to do some lime green walls, maybe 2? We've got some lime green dye. I might try it. We could get another stack of dye. About to fight your first wither in Java. It's honestly, it's not too bad as long as you have like a notch apple just in case it hits you and you're not prepared. But other than that, like I ended up fighting I think 3 underground and it ended up being fine. I didn't need a notch apple for those, but as I was kind of getting my bearings, I needed it a couple of times. We made a wither skeleton farm, so I have a ton of wither skeleton skulls now, which is really nice. I even have more at the actual farm itself, but I need to just keep taking them out. I feel like I'm running out of space though to kill them because there's so much, like they've just destroyed so many tunnels down underground. I need to take them to a new cave. Let's see if it all went through. I think it's all good. Yeah, nothing more is popping in. So I think I can turn this off. The other day I thought that it was done because this was empty and then I turned it off and I was missing like 40 netherrack in there. This is my speed smelting area. Let's see if all my allays are backing up. Oh no, they're not. I went here the other day and there was just like stacks on stacks of bamboo sitting here. It was all overflowed. He blew up your storage and lagged your world. Oh no. It blew up away, like it was so bad you couldn't even move around. That's terrible. I thought I was gonna crash my game the other day because I was making the gold farm. This was yesterday. I forgot that they changed it where entities can spawn nether portals now in the overworld. And I went through my portal and just had a ton of zombified piglin waiting for me. And I was like, I don't think I've ever crashed my game and I thought it was going to crash that day. It was so laggy. It was so bad. Ended up being fine, but that was probably the closest I've been to lagging out a world. That's stressful. Like your whole storage room. Yeah, that's not fun. That's why I like to go underground. It's definitely the way to do it because you can't get loose. I want to say they said to do like a 50 long tunnel. 50 blocks long. I have my spot down here. It took me a minute to find where it was. How are the creepers doing? They're still going. Yeah, so I covered up the spot, so it took me a minute to find it, but I can just Freecam to it without breaking the wall again. This is all the damage he's done. So this way, and then this way. That's all wither damage. But you can't get too far because of it, which is nice. I always forget that I did this room. We're smacking into each other. Break so many blocks. Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I know I did fight the Wither once on Bedrock, but I don't remember too much of it. I want to say that I remember that being harder on Bedrock, and then I remember the dragon fight being harder on Bedrock. But I also could have just gotten more used to it by the time I did it on Java. And like the first time I did it on Java, I did it with one other person, so it wasn't completely... I wasn't completely alone. Let's put you here. Let's put you 1, 2 here. We're gonna make some more lime dye. Is that gonna make double? Okay, I don't need that many. There we go, 16. That should be good. Hold on to all that. Lag is what killed you? That's so frustrating. I would be upset. And then to lose like your entire storage room too? Be a sad day. Okay, let's get... I want just 2 stacks for now. Let's do... I think that's 1 stack. Oh, that's not even 1 stack. Why am I doing math wrong? I don't know what I did wrong. Well, I want 24, so that's what, 3? There you go. 2 stacks. I should have put the cactus up. I don't know why I have that now. Anyways, we've got our wall now. I'm kind of debating making the side walls lime green. Keeping the back wall dark green. And then, like, we'll probably make that this tall for now. But I like that color. I don't really love that there's this door here. I feel like I need something to balance it on this side, but we'll mess around with that. Let's put this here and then make some lime green terracotta. Let's go this way. Is this high in the mountain or low? We are at 93. I feel like it's pretty high. So I feel like ground level is usually around 60. But like the mountain itself is kind of tall. Not a full-on mountain, but it's tall enough. Look at our little creaking guy walking around. So, and this room is like up on the upper half of the tunnel. We're definitely above sea level. It feels like we're deep underground. Yeah, like getting to the like tunnels or like mining area, you have to still go down pretty far. Further than you do at the other base, because that one, the staircase starts at like -60. -60 at 60. Like 30 blocks below this. I don't like the lime green. That's too bright. Dark green. I feel like the only time I've used the lime green is when I've done stripes in a wall with it. Can't remember though. I am getting used to having jump boost and I really like it. I didn't think I'd like it, but I do. I want to add like 12 more beacons in eventually, but I don't feel like fighting the Wither 12 more times right now. It does feel like there needs to be like a little bit of a color change on the sides. Maybe we do... I feel like if we did like a coin in the corner, Q-U-O-I-N, maybe that would look nice. Let me see if I can do this. We could do a different material, but I want to see if I like that. I don't think I like that. No, it's too thick. Maybe just like this instead. No. I need to mess with that. But I think we may do something in the corner. I can maybe come in with like item frames or trapdoors or... My echo's making weird noises. Item frames or trapdoors or armor stands. We can do something in the corner to kind of like add almost like molding. I think that'd look nice. Let me do this wall. No. I think we need a wainscot in here. I feel like that will make it feel very formal, very royal. That's the dark green. There we go. Hopefully I don't need any more terracotta because this is going to be like all I have. I don't think I have any more. At least not of raw terracotta. I definitely made too much of the lime, my bad. Shelves to put on your wainscoting? Okay, yeah. I think that is gonna look really, really nice as a wainscot. The only thing is that, like, you can't turn corners with it. Sometimes that's one complaint I have. Is like when you can't put inner corners, you can't put two sides on an inner corner, you can't put two trapdoors on an inner corner. I always have problems with that. I'm like, which corner takes priority? Usually it's whatever I'm like facing straight onto. Welcome into everybody on the YouTube side. I appreciate y'all choosing to spend your time with us today. Please consider leaving a like if you haven't already done so, as it really helps the stream. And if you would like to join us on the Twitch side, you're welcome to join on twitch.tv/madsbeef as well. You can earn channel points on Twitch. We don't have that feature on YouTube, but there's some different things that you can redeem for channel points on Twitch that can be pretty fun. Brittany wants you all to come chat with her on Twitch. The Twitch is quiet today. Yeah, we had like a whole month of just Twitch streams for a while there. Because we've been playing a lot of other games. And we're back to the multi-stream. Back at it. How do I want to do this? I don't love this like entrance right here. I'm kind of considering closing this off and like continuing this. Well, how far can I go? I do have room before I intersect with the storage room, so I actually can make this work, I think. I think I could potentially pop around and make a door over here instead. I don't want to have to move like too far though to get upstairs. So we'll see. Because it may just be a situation where I just like mirror it on this side, but use... I think that may be an idea. Mirror it on this side and put like storage back here. For like barrels. Okay, this may be a problem. Okay, yeah, maybe I don't do that. I could do... Wait, I have an idea. Do I have any barrels in here already? I don't. I have to have barrels somewhere, though. I have a lot of barrels. Oh, yes, and we have the fun emotes on the Twitch side. I need to add... Well, I think I can add a couple more on YouTube, but I have significantly fewer slots, and I definitely can't do the animated emotes on YouTube. Those are my favorite ones. Just blocks floating everywhere. Come here. Something we'll do like barrels right here. Because then I feel like that like balances it pretty well. And then we can do something on this lower half. For now, I'm just going to do stair. Wait, no. Then the problem still remains. I could do stair like that. And then I could do like a trapdoor on top of it. I do need to start messing around with colors more though. So you do something like that though, so that it balances it. I like that. Because then I don't have to, I don't feel the need to like close this off. Piston door? I've never done a piston door. I need to try it out sometime. I feel like in this room, I do want it to feel like a old school door though. I tend to do a lot of just like door frames. I don't actually do a lot of like the doors that operate, but I feel like this one needs a door. Maybe a oak door. Because I can do something like this. I feel like it's very much just become part of my style to have archways over like every door. I feel like actually this needs to go back here. Because I want to put the trapdoors in the frame. I could do same on this side. I definitely need lighting over here. No doubt about that. I can do that to kind of make it feel symmetrical. I don't love the colors right here, but again, I think I'm just gonna mess with colors a little bit more once we have an idea of what how we're shaping everything. Because I kind of could see doing like the oak trapdoor here, so it's got a little window to it. But we'll see. That's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna just keep smacking everything. This is annoying. That part being open is gonna be annoying. Maybe I only put the trap or the pressure plate on the other side. Because who needs to open both doors anyways? Definitely not me. It'll be like that. I may still smack my face into the other door, but I'll be okay. We'll leave it like that for now. I think I'll mess around with it. That's the phrase of the day. Mess around with it. I need... Let's grab some stone brick walls. And stone brick stairs. Because I want to make a fireplace. But I don't want it to be too large. Like, I don't want to feel like this is too crowded right here. If I, like, go all the way up like this. I don't know if I like that. But, no, not that way. Okay, I feel like that's just gonna force itself to turn. Stop that. Maybe I need a slab there instead. But I want a stair. Stop it. How do I do this? I don't think there's a way I can fix it so it doesn't force that to happen. So I could just do stair. Or what if I do wall here? No. Give me another. Do that. And just do solid block here for a second. See, I don't like that. I definitely like the stair better. Maybe I just accept that it's gonna turn the corner. And let it. Back to how it was. Hi Blurry, welcome in. How's it going? And hello Zin. Is this server? This is just a solo world. But welcome in. Thanks for chatting it up on the YouTube side. I don't love this fireplace. We're gonna have to mess with it. It doesn't have to necessarily go all the way up to the ceiling, but I feel like sometimes they look better that way. I want to like force this one to turn the corner too, but I don't know if I can without messing this up. See, why? This is when you need a debug stick. I've never used them, but I know that they exist. I'm like, why can't I have that right now? I need that now. Let me try this. Hello, Bloody Spider. How's it going? Glad you all could be here today. Week is dragging. And I'm assuming that's not a good thing. I feel like it's been kind of quick for me. Thanks for the Graze break, by the way, Blurry. I needed that. I actually haven't had like any water all day. I feel like the week's going pretty quick, but that's just the case, I feel like, every week. And streaming always makes it fast. I hope you're having at least a decent week, though, Blurry. What if I do a stair right here? I don't think the walls only connect to stairs on certain levels. Yeah, no. I'm trying to see if I can make it kind of look a little crinkly, a little beat up. I don't like this. I need to keep working on this. But idea is some form of fireplace, and I like this location between at least one opening. I'm not sure if we're gonna keep this as an opening or not yet. But then we have balcony there. I do still want to put something behind this wall. And I need to incorporate some more lighting. I could do... Let me grab my frog lights and a painting. I don't know if I want to do that though. Where's paintings? Do I not have it? They're there. They're always so hard to spot. Such is their job. Ah! Well, hopefully next week is just completely chill that it makes up for a slow week. Okay, that's a problem. The ceiling on the other side? Never mind. I could do this upper level. I don't need it to be on both. See, all I get are 2x2s. We're gonna do this for now, but I don't know if that's gonna be what stays. At least it's lit. It's like bright enough. Let's bring in some light. I may mess around with that though. I wish I could like pick a different painting and make it the size I want it, because I feel like proportionally there's some others that could fit there, but alas, my options are limited. Okay, we need a rug. The thing is, I like to do striped rugs. The floor is already basically striped. So I'm like, do I do a different kind of rug? Looking nice, by the way. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. A lot of the times I like to use dead coral fans for a rug. I feel like that's pretty basic, pretty common. But I don't think that this is going to be the place for that, because I usually put it on top of a wool block. And if I do that, it's going to mess with my ceiling below. And I like the way the ceiling's turning out. So I'm trying to think of other ways I could do a rug. I could once again use like, well, no, I can't even put petals on this flooring. It's not like the leaves where you can put it on anything. I may just have to get straight up carpet. But it'll be just stripes again. Always stripes. I do know I have some carpet over here. I may just grab it, use it as a placeholder, and then change the color later. I don't really want green and white stripe. It's so bright now with the frog lights up there. Let's say we do, I feel like this proportion of rug. Just like one block underneath the bed. I mean, I could just straight up keep it white, but I always feel like it needs some type of pattern. I'm always making requests. This is one I think I've said before, and I will continue to say it. I wish we could do the same thing to carpet and wool that we do to banners. Why can't I make this like one of these random patterns in here that they have? Like, I feel like you could make some really cool designs if you could do the same thing with wool as you do with banners. And then I could do proper stripes, not just like giant bands of stripes. At least if I do stripes, it will follow the right, like it wouldn't be clashing with this direction. I could do them this way. Think we need to go get some gray wool. But yeah, why can't we do that? I feel like the mechanic's already there. Just let me do it to carpet and wool. We fly. Let's go back. I need to make more banners, but I think I'll probably just craft them. I don't need to trade for them. That would be very nice, though. Like, I would make use of that all the time. I actually don't have a lot of light gray here, so I'm just gonna go grab some. I may grab some other stuff too. Like, honestly, I might as well grab every single, like, a stack of each wool type. I think I already had green there, but other than that, it wouldn't hurt to just have on hand in that storage room. Okay. We got brown, red, orange, yellow, lime. More detail, please. Exactly. We already have green. Like, I feel like you could really... That would be a small feature that would go a long way. Oh, wrong one. This one. We have the perfect amount of inventory slots for that. Amazing. But then I guess you probably have the problem with like inventory management once again. But I think we all have just accepted that inventory management is always going to be a problem. I would rather have too many options of blocks than have no options, but a very streamlined storage system. Now we've got the copper golems that can help with it. It'll be fine. I could do... Maybe this is where I bring in my pink. You can't technically see it. I think we try both options. It do be thundering. It doesn't have to be just like a straight up one stripe. Let me try. I kind of want to bring in like some of the lime green too, but I don't know. I love pink and green together, but it may be a little much in this situation. Let me in. Okay, first let's try the gray. Because I know I'll like it, but I do just want to see it. Gray and white. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. White and pink. A little bit more fun to it. What if we just did like the corners gray? I don't know if I like that. Also, I brought this one back way further. I didn't mean to do that. On option, we can like pop these in for gray. I don't really think I like that. Other option would be just doing 3 different colors of stripes. And it doesn't necessarily have to be gray. I could bring in a different color. We could bring in the green. We can make it Neapolitan. I can bring in some brown. Gray and then white again. I honestly don't mind that. Just because I always do 2 color stripes. And it's my one situation to not do it. But I do think gray. I feel like I need a different color other than gray. I kind of want to pull... Like, do I do green? I'm thinking of my options. I feel like I'm getting a lot of the colors from these books. I may just do... I feel like the lime green's gonna be too much. We could do like yellow. I could do orange. I kind of want to see orange. I've never been an orange person, but lately I feel like I've had a newfound appreciation for orange. Also, it doesn't even have to be white. I do sometimes like to do orange and yellow together. I don't know. I'm gonna have to let it brew. I thought I got a 4th yellow. I guess I didn't. There you go. I have this really old build that I did, and it's never made it into a world. I need to introduce it sometime into the world. But it had pink, orange, and yellow, like, canopy at the front. And I liked the 3 of those colors together, which I never thought I would. Okay, no, I don't think this is it. This is not it. I feel like it needs the white. Let's try white here. Replace the yellow with white. I messed something up. What's wrong? This should be orange. No. Not a fan either. Yellow instead of pink or an orange. I want more pattern options than just this. I'm gonna leave it I'm gonna leave it white and gray for now. But I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna think of other stuff I can do. But I just feel like I want this to feel like very, not necessarily royal, but just like very classy, and I feel like the color. No, I love color. I feel like the color is kind of taking away the classy aspect of it. This feels more adult, I guess. But we'll mess around with it. I think I'll play with it. Because I do want more colors, and that's one way that I can start to bring in more color. But I'm going to leave it there while we like continue to see what else we can incorporate in. I still have problems with this. It doesn't look right. Grabbing some pizza and watching Netflix. Ooh, pizza sounds really good. I'm going to actually have to leave here in just a second, and we're gonna. It's the Summer I Turn Pretty day of the week. Every Wednesday, I go watch the new episode of the Summer I Turn Pretty, which we've only got like a couple more episodes. But I do have to cut it short today. But I do want to finish this on Friday. I may try to. I feel like I have something going on Friday. That may, let me think. I want to try and do like a little bit of a longer stream on Friday and like really hone in on the details, because I want to do more of the armor stand decoration. I thought that was really fun. I think we could incorporate that into the room up here, but that does take a while. So I wanted to get like the basics down today. I think this is a good start. I definitely need to like brainstorm more ideas. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think we're going to make this brick. I think brick would look nice. But we'll mess around with that on Friday. Stream will once again take place in the later afternoon. I think around 4-ish p.m. But other than that, yeah, that is all we've got time for today. Yeah, let me remind me about this episode, and I'll give you a spoiler-free rundown if you want to know. But yeah, I'm excited to go watch it. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you all on Friday. Have a good one.